Hello, friends. Welcome to all of you on my YouTube channel Study Hub. I am Arshad Ayub Mir. Today, I am going to start my first lecture on environment and ecology, which helps you for various boards as well as competitive examination. So, let's start now. What is environment? Environment is derived from French word environ, meaning surroundings. The definition of environment is the sum total of living and non-living components. Literally, environment is the interaction between living and non-living components. Environment includes all the physical and biological surroundings and their interaction. And as you know that environment is not static because the components of environment biotic and abiotic which keeps changing continuously. Biotic environment is also called biological or organic environment, which includes green plants, non-green plants, decomposers, animals, and man, etc. And abiotic environment, which is also called physical or inorganic environment, which includes energy, temperature, light, water, atmosphere, gases, winds, fire, gravity, and so on. Environment is composed, or we can say that the components of environment which are given here are atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, and biosphere. Sorry. Now, separately, we will define one by one what is atmosphere, what is hydrosphere, lithosphere, and biosphere, and so on. Atmosphere is a thick gases. Atmosphere is a thick gases envelope surrounding the earth from all the side, from all the sides, and attached to the earth through force of gravity, through force of gravity, through force of gravity. So what is an atmosphere? Atmosphere is a thick gases envelope surrounding the earth from all sides and attached to the earth through all forces of gravitation. And what are the significance of atmosphere? The significance of atmosphere. Significance of atmosphere. Significance of atmosphere, it acts as a filter. Atmosphere it acts as a filter filter. It acts as a filter because it absorbs all the various unwanted radiations which comes from sun, because it absorbs unwanted radiations. This is the first significance of atmosphere. So students, the first significance of atmosphere is it acts as a filter because it absorbs various unwanted radiation. And second one is atmosphere is a source of various gases. Source of various gases. Atmosphere, source of various gases. This is the second significance of atmosphere. And third one is support life forms in biosphere. Support life forms. Support life forms in biosphere. In biosphere. In biosphere. So students, these were the some significance of atmosphere. Number one is act as a filter because it absorbs various unwanted radiation. Second one is source of various gases, and third one is supports life form in biosphere. And almost 97% of effective atmosphere, almost 97% of effective atmosphere confines within the height of 29%, 29 kilometer, 29 kilometer. Almost 97% of effective atmosphere confines within the height of 29 kilometer from the earth surface. From the earth surface. So the vertical distribution of atmosphere is not uniform. So the vertical distribution of atmosphere, vertical distribution of atmosphere is not uniform and even not homogeneous, and even not homogeneous, and even not homogeneous. It extend about 600 miles, 600 miles from the sea level. From sea level. Now, if we talk about the composition of atmosphere, the atmosphere is composed of various gases. The atmosphere is composed of various gases, vapors, and particulates. The percentage of various gases in atmosphere up to 50 kilometer is nitrogen 78.09%, and nitrogen acts as diluent, and generally nitrogen is chemically inactive. Now if we talk about oxygen, oxygen is present in our atmosphere, that is 21%, and oxygen inhaled by biotic component for various survival. And third one is argon, that is 0.93%, and argon and neon is inert gas, inert gas, inert gas. Carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide is present in our atmosphere 0.03%, and carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas, as you know that, and it increases the temperature of lower atmosphere, of lower atmosphere. And last one is neon. It is also an inert gas that is present in our atmosphere 0.0018%. So this was the composition of atmosphere, and these gases are most important, as like oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen. So this was the composition of atmosphere, and now we are talking about atmosphere. What is atmosphere? What are the significances of atmosphere? Significances. What are extent of atmosphere? Extent of atmosphere. And composition of atmosphere and its composition. So this was a little bit information about atmosphere. Now the second point is hydrosphere. Hydrosphere, as you know that, it is a water surface on planet. Hydrosphere is a water surface, water surface on planet Earth, on planet Earth. Now second one is hydrosphere, and hydrosphere is water surface on planet Earth, and almost 97% water, or we can say that 97% water is salty, and 3% water is fresh water. 3% water is fresh water. And fresh water is present, and fresh water is present in three forms. And fresh water is present in three forms: gaseous forms, the fresh air, fresh water. Second one is in the form of vapors, and in the form of ice sheets, ice sheets, as like glaciers. And ice sheets, also known as cryptosphere, cryosphere, cryosphere. Now third one is lithosphere. Lithosphere is crustal part of atmosphere. Lithosphere is crustal part of atmosphere, and the most important component of crust. Student, the most important part of the crust is sial and sima, S-I-M-A. What does it mean, sial and sima? Sial and sima, both sial and sima combines together to form crust, and sial means Si silicon and Al means aluminum, and second one is silicon and magnesium. When sial and sima combine together to form crust, and this is the most important point to remember here, the lithosphere, we can say that crustal part of planet Earth is called lithosphere, and crust metal core, that is our second topic. Now here we only discuss about lithosphere, and the main part of also lithosphere is soil. And soil, the another important factor of lithosphere is soil, which helps to various organisms, plants, to for their survival. And another important point of lithosphere is tectonic activities. Another important point of lithosphere is tectonic activities. Tectonic activities, and tectonic activities are responsible for earthquakes. Earthquakes. So students, lithosphere, and as I have already said that the most important constituent of lithosphere is soil. And what is soil? Soil is defined as naturally occurring thin layer of unconsolidated material on Earth's surface that has been influenced by parent materials as like climate and relief, in addition to physical, chemical and biological agent to produce a medium suitable for the growth of land plants. So growth of land plant is most important factor to be considered before calling any constituent of lithosphere as a soil. So students, this was about lithosphere, and now next point is biosphere. What do you mean by biosphere? The biosphere is all about life. The biosphere is all about life. Physical geographers use the term biosphere to describe our living world. Our living world. Our living world. Our living world. This is where all of the trees, bugs, and animals live. All animals, all animals, bugs, all animals, bugs, and trees live. The biosphere extends up to upper areas of atmosphere. Upper areas of atmosphere. Upper areas of atmosphere, where birds and insects can be found. Where birds and insects are found. Birds and insects are found. So this was all about the components of environment, and the components of environment are atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, and biosphere. Now the next topic here is layers of atmosphere. Layers of atmosphere, the first layer or the lowermost layer of atmosphere is troposphere. Troposphere extends up to 18 kilometer from Earth's surface. From Earth's surface, and thickness varies from 8 kilometer at the poles and 18 kilometers 18 kilometers 18 kilometers at the equator. At every 165 meter, at every 165 meter, there is a drop of 1 degree centigrade temperature, or 6.4 degree centigrade per kilometer. This is called normal lapse rate of temperature. This is called the drop of temperature. This is called normal lapse rate of temperature. And tropopause separate troposphere from stratosphere. The second layer of atmosphere is stratosphere, and the layer which separates troposphere from stratosphere is called tropopause. P AUSE, tropopause. And the second layer is stratosphere. The stratosphere extends about 50 kilometer, about 50 kilometer, where stratopause separate it from mesosphere. Where stratopause, where stratopause, stratopause, stratopause separate it from mesosphere. In this layer, in stratosphere, in stratosphere, temperature increases in height. Temperature increases in height. The phenomena is known as temperature inversion. The increase of temperature with increase in height, and this phenomenon is known as temperature inversion. Inversion. The part of stratosphere in which there is a concentration of ozone, is often called ozonosphere, is also called as ozonosphere. And now question arises here, in which layer ozone is located, and that layer is stratosphere. Stratosphere is free from dust particles and also from atmospheric turbulences. Hence, this layer is considered ideal for flying of jet aircrafts. So, this was about stratosphere, and third one is mesosphere. Mesosphere extend above the stratopause up to height of about 80 kilometer. 80 kilometer. And in this layer, the temperature decreases with height like in the troposphere, and it falls from 0 degree, at its base, 0 degree at base, to about minus 100 degree at 80 kilometer. At 80 kilometer. 80 kilometer. In mesosphere, the temperature decreases with height like in troposphere, and it falls from about 0 degree to minus 100 degree. The upper limit of the mesosphere is marked by mesopause, a transitional layer separating from the ionosphere. And what is ionosphere? Ionosphere is located above the mesosphere and extend up to 600 kilometer. 600 kilometer. This layer is called ionosphere because it contains ions, electrically charged ions that reflects the radio wave, that reflects back to the earth, thus making radio communication possible. Due to large concentration of ionized particles in this layer, the ionosphere acts as a protective layer against meteorites that are burnt in this layer. Now the next layer is thermosphere. The zone between 85 kilometers and 600 kilometers above the surface is often called thermosphere. In this layer, temperature increases. In thermosphere, temperature increases with increasing altitude. The upper limit of thermosphere is called thermopause. 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 Is generally taken at an altitude of 600 kilometers. 600 kilometers. The upper part of the thermosphere. The upper part of thermosphere contains only the lighter gases like helium and hydrogen. And the last layer of atmosphere is exosphere and magnetosphere. The outermost part of the atmosphere is the outermost part of the atmosphere of Earth is called exosphere, and this ozone of the atmosphere is about 10,000 kilometer thick. 10,000 kilometer thick. The upper limit of the exosphere. The upper limit of exosphere is uncertain as this layer acts as transitional layer between Earth's atmosphere and the space. So this layer acts as a transitional layer between Earth's atmosphere and the space. The outer part of the exosphere is called magnetosphere. The outer part of the exosphere is magnetosphere. So this was all about layers of atmosphere, and that layers of atmospheres are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. Troposphere is lowermost layer, stratosphere is secondmost layer in which ozone layer is located, and this layer is suitable for jet aircrafts. And mesosphere, third one is, and fourth one is ionosphere, in which electrically charged ion particles are present which are helpful for radio communication. And fifth one is thermosphere, and the last layer of atmosphere is exosphere and magnetosphere. So students, we discuss right now about environment, what is environment, what is the definition of environment, and components of environment, environment that are biotic and abiotic, or we can say that living or non-living. And biotic environment, biological or organic environment, in which green plants, non-green plants, decomposers, animals and man are included, and so on. And abiotic, that is physical or inorganic environment. So, and now in this lecture, the last topic is about particulate matters. What is particulate matters? Particulate matters are solid particles or liquid droplets suspended in the atmosphere, and there are various forms of particulate matters which are present in our environment, that are dust particles, smoke, soot, aerosols, haze, mist, and fumes. So students, I hope you have understand this about environment and its components, layers of atmosphere, composition of atmosphere, and about particulate matters. So students, hope for the best. I will come with my next video, and that would be my second lecture on ecology and ecosystem.